I listen. Maybe I really am, not to be arrogant, but maybe I really am quite intelligent and have a lot of wisdom through, lots of experience in studying, okay? And maybe I'm already naturally a little bit gifted, a little bit enlightened. So, because I know spiritually, so I'm going to be totally honest here. Spiritually speaking, yes, I have a very strong spirit. Let's use that word, okay? So spiritually speaking, yes, I have always had a very strong spirit. You know what I mean? Senses are heightened. I'm just able to decipher things easier than your average person. So I'll grant that towards me. However, everything else can be learned, all right? Through studying. Just through studying, right? Through studying or experiencing it, right? Physically experiencing it, right? Meaning it's tangible. So anyway, long story short is what I just don't get is how can people be so easily manipulated and deceived? It's guys, honestly, look, just do a little bit studying and comparisons, okay? Just study a lot, okay? Compare a lot, practice if you want, right? And practice. And you will absolutely see and know 100% without a shadow of a doubt that there is a group of people, we'll call them the globalists or the elites, who literally run the world and have been running the world since the beginning of our civilization. Not since the beginning of mankind, nope. But since the beginning of actual civilization, let's go back 5,000 years. No, older than that. So let's go back 7,000 years. So to the first, not the Sumerians. Yeah, I'd say the Sumerian civilization, starting around there, the Akkadian civilization, Babylonian, Assyrian. My people, my ancestors. If we were the original people there, right? Even that I highly doubt. Because enough sources say the original people were absolutely some type of black African. So anyway, there's always been a group of people since the beginning of civilization running the show, okay? And think about it. They can't, just common sense, guys, how do you control an entire planet, right? You can't do it physically, not through warfare. You don't have you'll be completely outnumbered, right? There's way more people, normal people. There may be 1%, as we call them, the 1%. There may be 1% of the global population. So you can't beat them physically. So how do you do it? Mentally, guys. Mentally. Okay? It's all psychological warfare. So what they'll do is, like I said, they're always remember this. These kind of people are always at least 10 steps ahead, right? Because it's psychological warfare. And the only it's not they're smarter than us or you. It's not they're smarter. They might be spiritually, maybe a little bit gifted, sure. Because some people are, spiritually superior to others. That's just how it is, right? And that, again, that's related to a whole system of karma, reincarnation, etc. We don't know how old your soul is, okay? So it accumulates spiritual energy. Long story short, I'm not going to get into that. So it's just they're wiser than us. They're just wiser because they have the knowledge, okay? They have the knowledge. The secret knowledge is with them. And what they do is they manipulate everything to control, okay? So through deception, through manipulation, that's how they're able to control us and dominate over us. They don't even have to lift a finger because obviously physically we're 99% to 1. We would annihilate them in seconds. So it's a psychological warfare, okay? Spiritual warfare also, etc. So how do you combat that? Elevate yourselves to their level. So the only difference they have on us is the knowledge, okay? Now, I'm not going to lie, to obtain that secret knowledge is impossible. You must be inducted into one of those secret organizations. You got to be a member of one of these secret organizations or you'll never obtain this knowledge, sadly. However, Now, with the creation of the internet and the access to the internet, even though it's extremely censored, you're getting maybe 5%, let's say 10% of the actual internet. Because remember, the real internet's the dark web, deep web, etc. That's the real internet, uncensored, unfiltered. You can explore whatever you want and get any information you want. So, but regardless, there's still enough information here and there that you can put together to create the big picture. Okay, like a puzzle piece. A puzzle, yeah, a puzzle game, whatever. So if you study, if you study in depth all these little bits and pieces of information, and then, mingle them together, mash them all up together, then you will see the big picture. And then you'll slowly start to understand how they operate and what knowledge they possess. I was lucky. I was fortunate because two things. So I met a member who is a very high-ranking member of one of these organizations. Of course, everything's always anonymous. And luckily, I don't know why, the guy just ended up liking me and started choosing me as a student or a disciple. So I learned a little bit through him. He basically opened the door for me and then let me navigate myself. So because of that individual, I was able to learn all the secrets of this world, which is very fucking deep. But anyway, like I said, nowadays there's no excuse. You can put it all together. You can learn, you can learn what's really going on. Okay, you just have to take the time to dedicate to it. And basically what I'm saying is, you will see that all these religions, all these politics, all these systems, etc., are purposely, how do I say it? Yeah, like they are purposely crafted and designed to benefit these people, this 1%, okay? So every religion out there, every political system, every organization, everything, okay? Every industry, etc., were designed by these same people, these engineers, if you will, to benefit them and to keep us always subservient to them, under them. That's why I said they're always a couple steps ahead. So, another thing you have to your advantage is your soul, your ruh, your atma, the atman, okay, the ruh, the soul. Because that is directly from, let's use the word God, okay? The one, the source, the creator, the prime creator, whatever you want to call it, right? God, I don't care. Call it whatever you wish. Okay, Allah, don't give a fuck. It's just a name for the same source. But anyway, because your soul is from the source, is one with the source, with God, that is your advantage. Remember, we are truly spiritual beings. The flesh is temporary, right? You're lucky if you get 100 years out of it and then it's gone. But the spirit will continue on, okay? And whether it reincarnates, it goes back to God, the source, whatever it does, you are technically eternal. Technically. Consciously is a different thing. But you are technically eternal in essence. So, based on all this information, is you already have a spiritual advantage. So what I'm saying is, when they say, trust your gut instinct, that's your spirit telling you, guiding you. Let's use that word. That is your spirit, which is from the source, from God, guiding you in what's right and wrong. Always trust yourself. That's why they say, Jesus, all these people, know thyself. Once you know thyself, you shall be free. So, yeah, just so that we do have a spiritual advantage, okay? So always remember that. Is this still recording? Sorry, someone's calling me. So trust your spirit and do a lot of studying, because we have the mental capability, like I said, because animals don't have this. We have the mental capability to understand everything, to possess this wisdom. I gotta go, guys. I am working. Someone's calling me. Okay, peace. Stay blessed.